One person can only achieve so much. As individuals, isolated, our ambition has limited scope. But when we collaborate as a team, our power combines. Our strength is unbounded. Being open, it's in our DNA. Huawei fuses together industry scenarios and innovative ICT technologies, working in tandem with global customers and partners to accelerate digital transformation. Building up modern governance systems with city intelligent twins, delivering better services to people far and wide. Promoting the intelligent upgrade of the financial industry. Supported by agile business innovation. Designing comprehensive transportation systems that usher in convenient travel and smooth logistics. Driving the development of green, low carbon, safe and efficient energy, unleashing the digital potential of industries. Digitalization is now certain. Together, we stride into a wider world. Together, we accelerate digital transformation. Together, we create new value.
In this digital era, the world we're living in is getting better every minute. At home, in a factory, in the city, in the countryside, underground, in space, all of these are powered by the cloud. At Huawei Cloud, we believe everything as a service transforms complexity into simplicity and repetition into efficiency. Join us and unlock your digital potential. Infrastructure as a service. Our network spans the entire globe, so we can deliver a consistent experience to you from anywhere. Easily scale your business globally without building your own IDCs. Technology as a service. From 0 to 1, tens of billions of dollars invested in R&D each year, breaking new ground in a wide range of areas. From 1 to infinity, continuous innovation and evolution, cutting-edge technology at your fingertips. Turn ideas into reality on the cloud. Expertise as a service. Expertise and know-how from both Huawei and partners are shared as standard cloud services. Scale up success and create new value together. From development to monetization, one-step developer services, shared success. Partners can tap into more digital capabilities through a robust cloud ecosystem. foster innovation across more industries. A digital future is well within our reach. Have fun in virtual worlds. AI in spice production. Good chilies or bad chilies, I call the shots. Unleash the power of data for intelligent manufacturing. Accelerate port operations planning using AI Solver. Go global with confidence. We've got you covered. Make our city cleaner and safer. Have a warmer winter with greater energy efficiency. Monitor mountain forests with an integrated warning system. Save lives by responding to emergencies faster. This is what technology is about. Make cloud ubiquitous and intelligence pervasive. Build a cloud foundation for an intelligent world together. Everything as a service.
Unlimited innovation is always key to moving forward. From watts to bytes, we upgraded from industrial to information age. From theory to cloud era, we upgraded cloud computing to be the foundation of an intelligent world. From on-cloud to in-cloud, we upgraded industry solutions and evolved design ideas. And now we branch out. We extend cloud and intelligence to wherever you need it. Cloud gives you higher energy efficiency thanks to data intelligence. Faster virus analysis to safeguard our health. And smart, secure mining. Cloud gives you even better satellite computing to crack the code of time and space. And even better biodiversity protection. Let's change the world with cloud. Let's keep our minds and arms open. Huawei Cloud is ready to serve you everything as a service.
Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Huawei Cloud TechWave Summit 2022. My name is Ibtihal, and I'm so happy and excited and honored to be your host for the day. Today, the theme of the keynote is going to be Inspire Innovation with Everything as a Service. With Cloud Native 2.0 and AI, we will explore how we fully leverage cloud native technology and innovation to drive businesses' transformation and also efficiency and achieve digital transformation where enterprises can grow on the cloud. To kick off this afternoon's program, we're pleased to have with us President of Global Marketing and Sales Services at Huawei Cloud, Ms. Jacqueline Shi. Let's give her a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Huawei Cloud TechWave Summit, this time for the Middle East and Africa. I'm glad to be visiting Dubai again. In this beautiful and dynamic city, we are here to discuss the trend of cloud. There is no question that cloud is the future. By 2025, More than 95% of organizations will use cloud in some form or another. However, for most organizations, the value of cloud tends to stop at traditional benefits, like flexible infrastructure and resources. In order to make the most of cloud, we believe the key is to think cloud native, act cloud native. Cloud native is the best way for enterprises to embrace agile application modernization. So we keep stepping investment in cloud native. As Asia's only founding member of CNCF, Huawei Cloud is the largest code contributor in Asia. We contributed CNCF's first intelligent edge computing project, Cube Edge, and the first high-performance computing project, Volcano. At Huawei Cloud, we build full-stack cloud-native technologies, including containers, microservices, data solutions, and AI solutions. And we adhere to our everything-as-a-service strategy, that is, infrastructure as a strategy, technology as a strategy, and expertise as a strategy. For infrastructure as a service, we provide one global network for seamless experience within 50 milliseconds, anywhere, anytime. For technology as a service, we build 4 pipelines for AI development, software development, data governance, and digital content production. We turn all these complicated technology into pipelines for your simple and easy use. For expertise as a service, we open up all our experience and practices in digital transformation over the past 30 years, and those of our partners for shared excellence. Over the past years, we always grow with our customers in the Middle East and Africa. UAE is where we started our cloud journey in the Middle East. Since then, we have made much progress. We built basic AI capability by Arabic natural language processing model. In Saudi Arabia, we developed national AI platform for the new city. Furthermore, we plan to launch a new region next year to better meet the local demand. In Kuwait, CEDRA has authorized Huawei Cloud as cloud provider to Kuwait's 2035 vision together. And in Africa, we are the fastest growth cloud service provider. Huawei Cloud is based in South Africa and has served more than 30 countries. And now we will expand our footprint to Egypt. Later, we will launch a new region soon in Egypt. The Middle East and Africa region opens up so many new opportunities. We hope to use our tech and experience to help local enterprises digitally transform, enable our partners to grow, and empower more startups to succeed. And we also hope to build the best platform for developers, a platform to transfer all the knowledges and skills from Huawei side to the local talents. We hope we can provide the latest technology to help every country cultivate the most needed talents for digital economy. The future will be a future with cloud, digital, and intelligence. Huawei Cloud always to hope to be our best partner in this journey, just like what we have done in past 20 years. Let's work together, grow together, and grow stronger. I hope you can enjoy the time this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Jacqueline. What a wonderful speech and absolutely inspiring. We keep on repeating for the day, if we work together, we can grow together, and together we can grow stronger. And in order to make the most of cloud, we need to think cloud native, act cloud native. Truly was an amazing speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as promised for today's talk, our next session is about unleashing digital with everything as a service. So without further ado, let's invite on stage President of Huawei Cloud Middle East, Mr. Frank Dai.
Back to earlier this year in March, we have talked about vulnerability, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity of this world. Now, after 6 months, we have a better clarity on the way ahead, but some of the challenges remain the same, if it's not getting worse. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Huawei Cloud TechWave Summit. With those challenges in mind, I'm here today to share how to inspire innovation with everything as a service. The world is moving toward a digital, intelligent future. This brings both opportunity and challenges. Globally, digitalization has entered the fast track. Industries transform and upgrade with digital tech. And this digitalization has two perspectives: demands and capabilities. From the perspective of demands, there are worldwide uncertainties such as the pandemic, the economic fluctuation, and the growing geopolitical challenges. But there is one choice that is the consensus across different regions, different culture, and different industry, going digital. Digital economy has shown drastic growth and fascinating resilience. According to the World Bank, the GDP growth rate in this region is exceeding the global average. Take Saudi Arabia, for example. In Q2, Saudi Arabia GDP growth rate was exceeding more than 12% compared to the same quarter in last year, and similarly in the UAE here. I think this is a result of many factors, of course, but one of the important elements is the progressive digital environment, which is driven by the visionary leadership from the country. And this will further, as a result, into the enhancement of the confidence level of investment in those digital technology. The demand is real. How do we keep up with this demand for industry upgrade and economic growth? Let's look at the supplier side. Technology is evolving rapidly. We hear a new tech concept every day: metaverse, Web 3.0, quantum computing, and so on. AI and blockchain is more than ready for real production. In fact, Gartner predicts 97% of the enterprise in the world will use AI by 2025. Digital has become part of daily life. We see it applied into offices, in factories, for both simple and complex scenarios. And those scenarios include remote control and AI-enabled detection. For the port, for manufacturing, for energy industry, digital tech is driving the productivity to a next level. Now, if going digital is the consensus, what's next? Here is our answer. Embracing the cloud for a giant leap. Cloud has an advantage in technology in terms of efficiency, convenience, and flexibility. Cloud, I think, is significantly important for digital transformation of any organization. More and more enterprises are moving to the cloud. However, even enterprises that have adopted cloud technology has to face a problem: how to use cloud technology more effectively. In the past, enterprise has used cloud for infrastructure, such as obtaining elastic computing resources. But I believe cloud has much more to offer. Here at Huawei Cloud, we put the latest technology on cloud for AI, application development, big data, as well as integrated development tools. All those are now available on demand. In addition, our consulting service support our customer make full use of the cloud technologies and resources. Huawei Cloud strives to provide everything as a service. We build one global network so our customer can reach within 50 milliseconds. We build 4 pipelines on latest technology for AI development, for data governance, for digital content production, and for software development. So our customer can leverage the cutting-edge technology easily to remain digitally competitiveness. We go the extra mile. We open up Huawei's over 30 years experience and the best practice in over 170 countries and regions from our partner. This is the expertise as a service, so your organization can transform and go faster and further without starting from the scratch. In particular, I would like to elaborate a little bit more in technical details on 2 topics, which is cloud native and AI. For many organizations going to cloud, cloud native should be their #1 option. This is because many benefits brought by cloud native. Cloud native start mainly from internet industry, but nowadays its value was widely recognized by more and more traditional enterprise, government, and other organizations. In the region, we work very closely with our customer from government to build their own super app platform, which allows them to really build the connection between the government and the citizen. One of my close friend and the customer from the government think this is a game changer in the public service. Think about it. Everybody has a mobile phone, has a smartphone. Is there any better option to reach citizens to offer public service than the super app? With a unified ID and unified payment platform, super app can really grow with a different landscape. In the following session of today's summit, we are honored to invite Mr. Nawaf from Sadaya to share their experience of using the best cloud technology to serve the kingdom. Cloud native is adapted for distributed banking, of course, open banking, securities, asset management, automobile marketing, and the internet of workers, and so many more. But cloud native is far more than just using containers. It is about new mindset to embrace the best technology and the best practice and keep tuned for easy iteration. Now let's talk about AI. So AI is being as a hot topic for quite a long time. However, for most of the customer in this region, AI is hard to developer, and AI is even harder for real-world use scenario use. At Huawei Cloud, we brought MotoOS, which is a one-stop AI development platform. It lowered the development barriers on all the developers without so sophisticated AI background. It helps the developer to, from the data annotation, model and training, model deployment at one place. This year, we built more preset workflow into MotoOS, so the developer can easily identify, classify images, sound, and text. Those preset workflow will greatly simplify AI development. Another trend in AI industry is large model. You know, we are facing a challenge that we have to develop a specific model for a specific scenario. And to have a better generalization capability, large model is the technology trend. But the challenge is that not all the organization can afford to train a large model, which means thousands of GPUs and a long time, and also talent. In Huawei, we brought PAN large model to the market. We take the most complex workload and pre-train those models and open this model further to our partner and customer so they can leverage AI capability easily. My colleague, Dr. Tian, who is the chief AI scientist from Huawei Cloud, will share more details on how he sees AI industry and the trend. And finally, I think probably this is the most important topic, which is the ecosystem. Of course, digital transformation cannot be achieved without a local digital ecosystem. Huawei Cloud is devoted for an ecosystem by all and for all. We will foster a robust local ecosystem here from three aspects: by innovating and growing together with our partner, cultivating the open talent system, and to support our startups. In terms of partner collaboration, we propose an empowerment program and the Go Cloud Go Global Ecosystem Plan. They are the collaboration framework to cultivate and develop partner capabilities. We provide professional and tailored development platform for our partner to help them develop their solution and also service and better reach to their customer. Another purpose of this collaboration framework is to support our partner in marketing and sales and operation. Our aim is to grow together and share the success. Secondly, Huawei have been working in a long time with the stakeholder in the local region to build an open talent ecosystem. We have established more than 160 ICT academic institutions, which have incubated over 120,000 ICT talent in the region. And thirdly, on top of, I remember in March, we have announced our massive more than $15 million investment to boost our ecosystem and partner. On top of that, I'm excited to announce that we will add 1 million more on this year's budget to support 50 startups. We released Huawei Cloud Startup Program. We provide the fund and also provide multi-dimensional support to at least 50 startups. The program will help startups adapt cloud technology agilely and better focus on their innovation. We hope to work with the countries in the region and innovate with Huawei Cloud Everything as a Service. Together, let's embrace digital, unleash digital, and win with digital. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Indeed, we will win with digital. What a captivating speech. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly amazing what the solutions the digital can provide when great minds come together. Speaking of great minds, let's welcome the Assistant Director of Saudi Arabia National Information Center for Cloud Computing, Mr. Nawaf Mohammed Al Sahan.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very glad to be among you today, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank Huawei for the invitation. Basically, today I chose to improvise in this speech. You've heard Frank and what he talked about cloud computing. In Saudi Arabia, we are a testimony of that cloud and innovation and technology. What we have achieved during the last 3 years is a major achievement when it comes to technology advancement. As mentioned before, and you have seen it a lot, that cloud is the foundation for digital transformation and AI and emerging technologies. In our expertise and our experience, actually, we have achieved 85 capex reduction when it comes to computing technologies. We have achieved transformation in digital realm, where we had some government entities that has been created and initiated. They would usually take 9 months to establish their technology infrastructure. Today, they can establish it within 10 minutes. That phenomenal growth in cloud adoption helped Saudi Arabia to provide platforms faster and helped us to deal with circumstances such as the COVID-19 and the curfew in a much more efficient way by adopting and implementing applications like Tawakkalna and what have you. Again, this is a very short speech. I would like to thank you all for giving me that opportunity, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nawaf. It was an improvisation, but absolutely amazing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the great part of Huawei Cloud Technologies, which is that it has the ability to help partners, as we have seen, and customers in the Middle East and worldwide cope with the surging data processing requirements of the digital era. Our next speaker epitomizes the very essence and image of an innovator. He is the chief scientist in AI at Huawei Cloud, an international Eurasian Academy of Sciences academician, and a fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. He will tell us about how can the Huawei Cloud AI accelerate intelligent upgrade and innovation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tian Chi.
Thanks for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to speak at the Huawei Cloud TechWave Summit. Today, I will discuss accelerating intelligent upgrade and innovation with Huawei Cloud AI. I'm Qi Tian from Huawei Cloud. The original intention of science and technology is to benefit mankind. Artificial intelligence is changing our lives. for the better, to making a better, make the world a better place. Let me give two examples that close to our life. The first one is protecting rainforest with AI technique. The Rainforest Conservation Group uses Huawei phones to collect sounds of the chainsaws, cars, and animals. The rainforest can be monitored in real time through big data analysis and AI processing on Huawei Cloud. It can immediately alert the forest rangers and become the front lines of sound machines to protect the rainforests, helping international environmental groups to protect the tropical rainforests. And the second example is helping hearing impaired people. There are over 27.8 million hearing impaired people in China. The more advanced the digital age, the greater challenge seems to bring them. Harbin E-时代 technology based on Huawei Cloud speech recognition, speech synthesis, and real-time speech transcription, and other technology has developed an app for hearing impaired people called Hearing Without Obstruction. It can not only meet the daily needs of the communication, learning, and entertainment for hearing impaired people. It also can meet the professional public service, such as medical healthcare, government affairs, finance, and laws. AI has shown its value and great potential in thousands of industries. Huawei Cloud has over 800 AI projects, 30 of which AI has entered the core production system, helping clients increasing profits by 18%. The current AI adoption rate for enterprises is 4%. It is expected to be 86% by 2025. However, AI is still facing many challenges. Some challenging issues such as fragmentation of AI application, making it difficult to replicate AI solutions at large scale. And other challenges like difficult to combine industry knowledge with AI technique, and concerns about the attacks, privacy, and security issues after AI adoption. And also due to AI itself, for example, like a poor explainability of AI models. And finally, due to the fierce competition in the AI market, resulting low barrier of entry. Here are the functional components of Huawei one-stop AI development platform called ModelArts. We can open it up by a typical deep learning AI model development process. It can be seen that from data processing, algorithm development, model training, model management, and model deployment, we have a wealth of tools to provide support. The most important functions are the training and the inference of the model. As an example of SaaS solution for smart construction sites, here, our computer vision tasks include mask detection, safety, health, and workwear detection, construction equipment monitoring. The ModelArts can reduce the total training time of the whole process from development and testing to commercial deployment from days in the past to 30 minutes or less. AI play a key role in building more intelligent and efficient enterprises. Huawei Cloud provides easy-to-use solutions to various applications, including supply chain optimization, smart enterprise finance, and contract management to simplify and optimize the enterprise workflow. We are able to integrate AI technique, RPA technique, and low-code development tools together with the model arts platform. The traditional AI development mode is so-called workshop-like development mode. Basically, it's task-specific model design. One task, one model. It will heavily rely on human expertise. Results, high cost, high threshold bar, and low accumulation of data and experience. The development cycle for this is usually 1 month or several months. We are proposing a new industrial-scale AI development mode based on large-scale pre-trained models. Large-scale pre-trained models, also called big models, can significantly improve the universality and generation capacity of AI models. They can reduce the development cycle from months in the past to days or even within a day. We are constructing a series of Huawei Cloud Pangu large-scale pre-trained models. Our Pangu large models have 5 different kinds, including Pangu NLP model, Pangu computer vision model, Pangu multimodality model, and Pangu graph model, and finally, Pangu scientific computing model. Large-scale pre-trained models, or big models, can significantly reduce the human labor costs and improve the overall. Big models makes the development and the deployment of AI algorithms much easier, cheaper, and faster. And it is our belief that big models will be the base of AI application and will become the OS of AI, connecting hardware and software. In the following, let me give a brief introduction to each kind of our Pangu large models. So the first model is Pangu NLP model. Comparing with GPT-3 of more than 175 billion parameters, our Pangu NLP model has 2 versions. One with 110 billion parameters, and the second with 200 billion parameters. It is the first Chinese pre-trained large models with more than 100 parameters. Pangu NLP model is the closest to human understanding of Chinese. Include competition, it ranks #1 in all understanding tasks. In NLP-CC generation tasks, it also ranked #1, and its logic score exceeds the second place by 60%. The second model is Pangu computer vision model. It is one of the largest pre-trained computer vision models. Our CV model has 3 billion parameters. It is trained by using 1 billion images. This is also the first work of joint pre-training of discriminative and generative models. Our Pangu CV models have been applied to many application scenarios, including industrial quality inspection, medical imaging analysis, and remote sensing. Some typical examples include TFDS, railway fault detection, drone inspection of SGCC, like State Grid Corporation of China, and warehouse monitoring of SPDB Bank, and PCB quality inspection of Huawei Southern Factory. Our third model is Pangu graph model. Pangu graph model pioneered to divide the big models into a large number of base model and a graph network. As of now, Pangu graph model has verifications in more than 20 scenarios of 7 industries, including industry energy consumption optimization, time series forecasting, and financial risk control. Based on Pangu graph model, our technical solution to industry energy consumption can reduce costs 5 million Chinese yuan per year. Our fourth model is Pangu multimodality model. We are proposing a new multimodality model called Loop. which learns fine-grained semantic alignment between text and image regions. Our loop achieved state-of-the-art performance in various multimodal downstream tasks, including cross-modal retrieval, automatic generation of image description, and visual positionings. So on the right side of these slides, here are some generated images from text inputs. So example, such as cats with sunglasses, and those images are automatically generated by our multimodality model. A second example, like Earth Insights, and lines drinking from a bottle. And here are some more generated examples, like this postmodern, colorful, hazy cats and foxes under a starry light sky, and etc., etc. Our fifth model is Pangu scientific computing model. For this case, let me give you two examples. So the first one is a Pangu ocean model for ocean wave height prediction. Our Pangu ocean model makes use of multimodality data, including wind speed, terrain data, and typhoon trajectory data. It also integrates mathematical and physical knowledge by partial differential equations into deep neural networks. And the result, the average absolute error of ocean wave height prediction is less than 5.5 centimeters, and the prediction latency is only about 0.1 seconds, which is 4 orders of magnitude faster than the traditional scientific computing approach, which usually will take 2 days to run one prediction on supercomputing center. Our second model is Pangu drug model for new drug discovery and property prediction. Our Pangu drug model was pre-trained by using 1.7 billion small molecules. Pangu drug model has achieved state-of-the-art performance in 20 drug discovery tasks, including molecule property prediction, molecule generalization, and molecule optimization. So benefiting from this Pangu drug model, the efficiencies of pharmaceuticals research and development can be greatly improved. To fully unleash the power of AI for a specific domain, we also find it very important to empower domain experts with AI technique and equip AI experts with domain knowledge. To this end, Huawei Cloud proposed knowledge computing, where we first extract and unify all kinds of the domain knowledge with the help of AI technique, and incorporate the domain knowledge with big data to enhance both AI models and the domain experts. As a concrete example for this, Huawei Cloud built petroleum cognition and computation platform together with PetroChina to extract and make uses of domain knowledge such as oil exploration and mining. The platform manages to study data from over 900 oil wells, and it can reduce the time costs of oil exploration by 70%, while achieving the comparable accuracy of human experts. So here is a summary of my talk today. I have 3 key messages to take away. So the first one is, in order to accelerate AI adoption to various application scenarios, we constructed an end-to-end AI development pipeline called ModArts. Second, to move from traditional workshop-like AI development, we are proposing a new industrial-scale AI development with Huawei Cloud 盘古 large models. And finally, to unleash the power of AI, knowledge computing is a perfect way to combine industrial know-how with AI technique. Okay, that's the talk for my today, and thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Dr. Tianqi. So, ladies and gentlemen, with Huawei's cloud AI, it can accelerate AI adoption across industries. But what I like about it is that it's in the most simplified and efficient way. Up next, full stack innovations and leading in the cloud native with the Director of Marketing Department at Huawei Cloud, Mr. William Dong.
Hello, everyone. Today, after this kind of pandemic, I have the chance to introduce Huawei's innovative technology to you. I have a little bit excited. I hope that today I use this kind of chance to introduce what's the most important technology and product for the cloud native. So for the cloud native, I'm not sure when the first time you know this word. And you can see from here, maybe most of them is start from the year 2015. And that time, for the CNCF, Cloud Native Computing Foundation, is established. At that time, you can see just one open source project, Kubernetes, or you can say K8s, just one project. But up till now, what you can see is that, here, what you can see a lot of, more than 1,000 this kind of open source program covering more than 20 categories. It doesn't matter, it's the app development, app definition, or for the runtime, for the containers, scheduling, orchestration, and the management, all the category. And also from the product, it's not only just from the container, but also like the server, storage, big data, computing, AI, or use the cloud native. What we say that now the technology for the cloud native is mature, is ready. So what I want to show here, for these days, I think when you talk with our expert from Huawei Cloud, we always talk about everything as a service. So for us, we want to use the cloud native to realize this kind of everything as a service. For the infrastructure as a service, it doesn't matter, it's public cloud, or hybrid cloud, or on-premise, or the edge, or the center. Or we use this kind of cloud native technology to enable the seamless experience. And for the technology as a service, in this layer, we aim to realize agile software development, application development. For the data, use data convergence. For the AI-driven structure. And also provide ultimate low latency, this kind of experience. And for the expertise as a service, we also want to use this kind of a cloud native to enable our partners, our customers, to use the cloud native to build the cloud native apps. And our aims, our ambition for the cloud native, we also hope the cloud native everywhere. So I want to give you introduction about Huawei's cloud native, this kind of history. You can see from this chart, for the cloud native for Huawei, we start from year 2012, almost 10 years, almost 10 years. And in these 10 years, what for us, we are embraced open source. And you can see when the CNCF is founded in 2015, Huawei is one of the founding members of the CNCF, the founding member. We just start from the beginning. When we are beginning, we use the cloud-native technology. That's why you can see in these several years, for us, we have do a lot of groundbreaking innovations for edge compute. If you know the CNCF, you can find that the Cube Edge, the project was led by Huawei. And also in the, what we say, the batch computing for the HPC, for us, we contribute our Volcano, this kind of project to the CNCF. And just in last year, I think for all of us are very take care about the multi-cloud. And for us, we also have our project here, Kamada. Also, this is led by Huawei. This kind of important open source project led by Huawei and share to all the players in the cloud areas. So if we talk only about open source, I think our partners, our customers, you maybe have one question. What's the differentiator of Huawei? All the players in the cloud area can use open source. Here is our answer. Full stack innovation. And we have bring two important things here. One is for our cloud-native architecture. We call it Qingtian architecture. And for these architectures, we have make the most of the software and hardware synergy. You know, Huawei is different from any other cloud players. We not only provide cloud, this kind of software platform, we also the vendors. We can provide the best storage, best network, best computing. So we try to combine this kind of experience. We just offload. We can offload the workload of the networking, the computing, the storage to our Qingtian architecture, Qingtian card. That's why Huawei Cloud can make the ultimate, this kind of scale-in, scale-out experience. Our latency for the network, we can reach within just 10 milliseconds. And for the storage, 100 milliseconds. So, and also based on this kind of Qingtian architectures, we have our arcade, this kind of distributed cloud OS. I think you may have the ideas that the cloud is complicated. They have millions of hosts, millions of this kind of talent, different workload on the millions talent is totally different. Some need the low latency, some need high bandwidth, some need low cost. So how to do this kind of orchestration? And based on Huawei, this kind of what I say, arcade, distributed cloud OS, we can manage this kind of things. We can get the best scheduling and orchestration, this kind of way to the different workloads. And I think for this kind of two important things, give Huawei have the best, this kind of performance, the lowest latency for our cloud-native products. And so for the product, the first product I bring here is UCS. Ubiquitous Cloud Native Service is for the distributed cloud architecture. And when you want to use the cloud, you say, I want to go a cloud. Normally, you will find one big question, one big problem. Your applications, your apps need to run on the multi-cloud environment, maybe on Huawei cloud, maybe on the third party's cloud. So, but your apps, how to run on the this kind of cloud based on Huawei's UCS, just one click. Then you can deliver this kind of apps through different mode, this kind of cloud. And for the UCS, also give you a very good choice for give the experience, a cloud-native experience from the center to the edge. And here I show these two cases. I will introduce one of them. It's for the cloud-native satellite. Interesting? Cloud-native satellite. You know, when you want to draw a map for a city or for a mountain, for a forest, normally you use the satellite to take the picture, take the photograph from the sky, yeah? But the scientists tell me that when the satellite take the picture from the sky, most of the picture is useless. Most of the picture, over 90% is useless. Why? The picture, when I take the picture, maybe it's not clear. Maybe it's covered by the cloud, covered by some things. So for Huawei, we give the scientists this kind of UCS technology. They can just push the intelligence, the AI, artificial intelligence algorithm from the cloud center of cloud to the edge. That means to the satellite. Make the satellite more smart. Then the satellite, when they run in orbit, they can just distinguish which picture is clear. If it's clear, then send to ground. Just based on this way, they can save over 50% this kind of bandwidth. You know, the bandwidth from the sky to the ground is so expensive. And also, we can use cloud-native technology for the offshore, this kind of oil field. A lot of things can be happened based on the UCS. And then the second product I bring here is very basic, but very important. And we call it CCE Turbo, Cloud Container Engine Turbo. Just now I mentioned, Huawei Cloud Native want to provide this kind of extreme, ultimate, low latency, ultimate experience. So how to do it? We know that the container, this kind of technology, is friendly to the apps. They can very easy to scale in and scale out. But the problem is that when you bring this kind of container technology, they make the network is complex. Before, you just use apps and then go to the virtual machine network. Then you have to add one more for the container network. Two-layer, this kind of network, make, if combined with millions of hosts, millions of talent, complicate. So for Huawei, our R&D experts break these two layers. They find the pass-through way, reduce this kind of two layer to one layer. That's why Huawei's, our containers, we can support this kind of scale in and scale out 3,000 ports just in 1 minute. And here's the case shown in the China Xinnan. This Xinnan Weibo. This company is a social media for the social, almost the largest social medias. In the average, they have about 100 million, this kind of a visitor, 100 million visitor. So when some break news happened, this kind of traffic will be go to the 5, 10 times. They will go to the 1 billion visits, 1 billion. So based on this kind of CCE turbo, this kind of technology, now very easy to handle it. They can do like just they told me that 8,000 cores per 30 seconds. Very easy to handle this kind of breaking news traffic peak. And before they use this kind of CCE turbo, I give you a figure that you cannot imagine it. They need to use 2,000 server, idle server, just as a backup, as a redundancy to handle this kind of a peak traffic. Okay, and then here I will bring in other important product, function graph. One of my friends from the Huawei IT department. Maybe you can also give the same question to your IT technicians. For Huawei, it said that for Huawei, the internal IT systems, it's about, for the code lines, for how IT is about 1 billion code lines, And through these 1 billion code lines, 10% to 15%, this code line is for the network, for the server, for this kind of environment. But based on the function graph, based on this kind of product, you just run your code without managing this kind of environment, managing a server. And the case shown here is one of Huawei cloud software vendors, our developers. During the pandemic, they want to develop apps for the pandemic, this kind of broadcasting. They use the function graph. You can see just the 60 lines, 60 lines, this kind of code to realize this kind of apps. Very fast, very simple. Okay? And then we also hope that not only just for the cloud-native container, but also build a cloud-native database. Here show is a GaussDB. It's our cloud-native database. So if you want to have a cloud-native database, the first things you must be serverless. Otherwise, you cannot, just like me said, you cannot handle this kind of traffic peak, traffic peak. The second is what we show here, must be model-list. What is model-list? Since this kind of a concept of cloud-native of the container is just decouple the apps to the lower layer, to the OS, to the hardware. So for the database, we have two kinds of database. One is for the, what we say is airlines. We say the AP, airlines database. And other guys is for the transaction database, TP. So for this kind of cloud-native database, you must be modernist. You must can handle this kind of analyze database and the transaction database. So here we have this kind of technology called HTAP, hybrid, this kind of transaction and application process. But the most important here I want to introduce to you is the NDPQ. What is NDPQ? Linear data processing and parallel querying. Based on this kind of technology, Huawei database can have 10 times speed, faster than other vendors in the query, data query. How to handle it? Just give you the case that, for example, now in this building, we not only have our conference in this hall, we also have other conference, maybe have 10 other conference in other halls. If you want to calculate our audience, how many people from the bank, how many people from the internet. For the traditional way is that put all the data just in one database to calculate it. But for Huawei, we just send instruction to each hall, each meeting room, and every room just do this kind of query parallelly, and do the calculate, and then do the summary. This is the NDPQ. Up till now, only Huawei can provide it. Sorry. Okay. And then also I show here is the very, I think, is a traditional topic, but is the most important topic for the CDN. Just take example that we know next month we'll have the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. So based on Huawei this kind of CDN technology, what we can provide ultra low latency. What this mean? You know, if you have the experience before that, if you just watch the game from the TV, you will find that if you watch this kind of game in your mobile phone, it's lower than the TV. But based on Huawei this kind of a CDN, we provide this kind of ultra low latency. We can provide this kind of almost the same. When they have a shooting the goal, you will find at the same time you can find that in your mobile phone and watching TV. Okay, and as a summary for today, I think I have introduced a lot of cloud native our product, but I want to give you a concept, give you ideas that since for us, including you, that now the world is very uncertain. The traffic is uncertain. The data is uncertain. The requirement is uncertain. And we believe that the cloud native, this kind of technology, this kind of mindset, is the best choice. It's the best choice for you to navigate this kind of uncertainty. And for Huawei, here I show a circle here, also is important. Not only provide the cloud native product to you, but we also provide this kind of convergent, this kind of pipelines for the data ops, for the AI ops, for the apps ops, for the meta ops. Try to use this one to help you. Not only you can use cloud native, but also you can build your own cloud native apps, cloud native, very easy, very simply. Okay, and finally, here I show is a Huawei Cloud Native version 2 architecture white paper. They have do the insight of the cloud native trends and also have go deep dive for the cloud native technology. You can scan this QR code and get the white paper. Okay, thank you.
Mr. William Dong, absolutely outstanding. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm mind blown with all the cutting edge technologies and solutions and products Mr. William has introduced. Cloud native will definitely be the way for enterprises to face uncertainty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a person of great strategic ability and insight. He brings a great wealth of business experience and knowledge and is a highly regarded and proven leader with an excellent pedigree in management. Joining us all the way from South Africa, Mr. Willem Groenewald.
Thank you. The pronunciation was perfect. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good morning to everybody in the Americas, and good evening to our friends in New Zealand and Australia dialing in. It's proof that Huawei really walks the talk. Live streaming as you broadcast right now in real time, zero latency, and everybody across the world can see what we are seeing here today. What I'd like to share with you is 3 key themes in the time we have available. We want to talk about strategy, a word that is really overused across the world. It's just a fancy name for making plans that we learn how to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Then we call it strategy, we revise, we reforecast, and we try again. And so we grow and we learn. I want to talk to you about vision, our vision for what we stand for within our association of the Automobile Association of South Africa. And then I want to speak to you about the most important concept of collaboration, partnerships, friendships, and how we can leverage all those things to create a better world for all in what we do. Let's look back and talk about the concept of strategy. The Automobile Association of South Africa is 92 years old, founded in the 1930s, conventionally for assisting people that had vehicle breakdowns. So we live in the world of mobility, and we speak about mobility as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, and today, as we see with Huawei, everything as a service. On our last section of collaboration and partnerships, I'll share my thoughts about how these things work for us and how we can leverage and exponentially grow reach and advancement through a multitude of layers. Going back, being a roadside business, we are a South African organization servicing South Africans and owned by South Africans. It's a non-for-profit organization, so our business is owned by our members, and we serve them, and that's why we exist. The challenge with that in a non-diversified business is that the business only relied on physical vehicles, vehicle services, and over the time and the changes that happened over the centuries, digital adoption perhaps wasn't followed as aggressively as it could have been, hence rendering us in many facets at the brink of extinction and not being relevant. So we had to diversify and introduce new business verticals with the key themes of winning the hearts and minds of customers. We had some focus groups a short while ago. The average 17-year-old teenager tells us today that we have 8 seconds to capture their minds, otherwise they lose interest. It's a generation that's a now generation. They want to consume now, they want to pay now. Subscription models, as it worked in the past, is phasing out. So with the advent of the web and their access to information, the world has moved to a place where growing up, you would ask somebody older than you as to what something is. They would inform you today. Kids don't ask us what the truth is. They go to the web, and access to knowledge information is real-time, on tap. So there has been a massive democratization of information, knowledge, and knowledge share across a wide range of platforms. The average young person today is a far better informed and a far more intelligent person than it used to be many years ago. Introducing different verticals in terms of creating auto centers, colleges for training education, to create jobs and employment, to creating travel businesses and financial services businesses are some of the things we did. But to focus on what we're talking about today is to talk about technology and what technology can do. We've made various acquisitions in the time that I've spent within the association, and this is the most exciting part of what I want to speak to about: buying and investing equity shares and stakes into technology business, employing developers that could help us to advance into the future. Our partnership with Huawei then enables a different vision for the future that we see. In order to collaborate, the Huawei backbone and the infrastructure that was built, that you've seen over the last couple of days, is a precursor to what we are able to access and utilize to our benefit. To move forward as an association, what we need to do is to innovate through agility, cost efficiency, and reliability. Technology can do that for us, where from a South African context, we can create software as a service, where we can have a multitude of services built via IoT devices that hangs off the Huawei backbone, where we could provide lower priced services and products with a high perceived value for far wider markets than what we did before. I say having 10% of something is worth a whole lot more than 100% of nothing. This enables us to sell beyond South African borders into neighboring countries and even to the world by creating intelligent services that has reach to local markets where we could provide our ideas, where customers could plug into our cloud backbone, and through that enable services in the local market, thereby cutting expenses and reducing costs and saving time, not to make mistakes that we may have made. Cost efficiency is a massive benefit to us, and through the cloud container engine that Huawei's been talking about, provides us solutions with zero latency and the ability to rapidly expand services across a multitude of customers, both OEM and to the wider consumer base as well. Of course, reliability is key in terms of governance, where these platforms provide security and access to our backend through disaster recovery, business continuity, with 99.9% uptime. The future for us as an association all revolves around relationships. The past, the present, and the future converges in one. Many greats have gone before us, such as Huawei and the amazing technologies that they've built. As the foundation of the layer that we can connect to, we can learn from them as our partners. As partners that cares about us, that invest in our business, and we can utilize everything that's been created within their environment to add on a multitude of services to an existing base and of course to a whole new base of an environment. We see our customers like our family. Consider the best of what's available in the market that could be shared. We source and secure those for the benefit of our family. And Huawei does exactly that, where they spend a huge amount of time on R&D, development, insights, and research to bring the best of what's available out there with a rapidly evolving economy that we could make that our own within our environment. Through our relationship with the FIA globally, we're part of one of 245 clubs across the world. FIA better known for what we do in motorsport and F1 racing. We are part of that community, and through that, we have the opportunity to link a multitude of clubs and share our expertise for neighboring countries such as Botswana, Namibia, Nigeria, across Europe, for like mid-sized smaller clubs, where we can give our technology, our expertise, and our solutions to those countries where we don't have to make a fortune. We can charge a software licensing fee, say 1 or 1.52 euro per month per member, and therefore we create a whole new business. So therefore, expertise as a service, fueling new business growth, new horizons, and providing us the opportunity to safeguard our brand into the next 100 years. So whatever we've learned about strategy and vision, vision is nothing if not supported by action. And these platforms provide us the opportunity to create clever solutions that is relevant for use of a multitude of people across multiple platforms that really impacts people's lives. Nobody cares about how much you know until they know how much you care. Our brand is a brand that cares for the safety and the security of nations and the improvement of humanity as a whole. And these are the kind of things that we ascribe to and that we also support through Huawei's global vision of not only being a technology business, but a technology business for the benefit of the planet we live on and the benefit and the enhancement and the improvement of the way we live through clever applications and solutions. Within that, I conclude. I thank you for gifting me 10 minutes of your time, and we are excited to building an amazing future and ensuring that our brand lives on for the next 100 years and beyond, that we leave it to the next generations to also enjoy what we've built. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Willem. Thank you very much for sharing your success story and your insights. It is truly wonderful what partnerships and great minds can result in. Our next session will be on how to grow with Huawei Cloud to build a prosperous ecosystem. Please join me in welcoming Vice President of Ecosystem Development Department at Huawei Cloud Middle East, Mr. Eric Wan. The stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to Huawei Cloud TechWave Summit, and thank you for trusting and growing with us over the years. The market demands are becoming more diversified as we are entering the digital and the intelligent era. It has become the consensus of the industry to build our digital industrial ecosystem with multi-party cooperation to meet the innovative needs of customers. Whether it is from the external customer or the demand of the business, the requirements for capabilities are getting higher and higher. In the past years, more and more partners have chosen to join Huawei Cloud ecosystem and grow together with us. A healthy and prosperous ecosystem is the foundation for the rapid growth of Huawei Cloud. In 2022, Huawei Cloud will continue to implement everything as a service strategy, advocate the ecosystem concept of all-in-one, one for all, and enhance all parties' capabilities based on the new partnership system. One stands for together and indicates together with one heart. Huawei Cloud is willing to work with partners to seize the opportunities, move forward hand in hand, build capabilities and create opportunities together. All-in-one means that Huawei Cloud simplifies digital transformation process with everything as a service approach. Through technology innovation, it simplifies complexity and provides cloud services to customers in an easy way. One for all means that Huawei Cloud continuously uses technology exploration and innovation capabilities to promote development of the industry with partners and the developers. This year, Huawei Cloud new ecosystem strategy is to help you to grow further. We are upgrading Huawei Cloud partner network to two main collaboration work frames, Go Cloud and Grow Cloud. Go Cloud is to cultivate partners' competency while helping partners to build robust solutions and services utilizing Huawei Cloud. While Grow Cloud, Huawei Cloud is to helping partners expand customer coverage and accelerate sales growth to the benefit of both parties. Go Cloud tailors development programs to empower every one of you to gain capabilities, build solutions, and create values. For digital transformation consulting and the system integrators, we provide training and share business opportunities for you to try Huawei Cloud. We will be able to provide our customers with one-stop service, such as consulting, migration, and management. For software partners, we offer expert support, toolkits, cloud resources, and incentives to help you build applications and solutions on Huawei Cloud. Our marketplace also connects you to the rest of the world and acquire more customers. For service partners, we train professionals, subsidize dedicated teams, and provide incentives for migration and other services to help you build capability center. With solid delivery competency, you will be able to help your customer migrate their services to cloud. In Grow Cloud, partners can work with Huawei Cloud through two programs, Cloud Solution Provider Program and Cloud Distribution Program. For the digital transformation consulting and the system integrators, software partners, or service partners of Huawei Cloud, you can join the Cloud Solution Provider Program only after you have already developed required capabilities in the Go Cloud framework, which means you are capable of providing customers with certain solutions or services built on Huawei Cloud. This includes like software, SaaS, migration services, and more. For partners who have just joined Huawei Cloud Partner Network and are still developing their capabilities, you can join the Cloud Distribution Program to become Huawei Cloud reseller and indirectly collaborate with Huawei Cloud through Huawei Cloud Distributor. And the distributor will help you to improve your capabilities and gain business benefits. In the Huawei Cloud new partner network, it includes a unified partner identity, 2 collaboration frameworks, and the 6 roles I mentioned. After register as Huawei Cloud partner, you will have a unified identity, no matter what kind of cooperative business is carried out with Huawei Cloud. It will be carried through this unified identity. The 2 collaboration frameworks are Go Cloud and Grow Cloud, and the 6 roles are involved in this new Huawei Cloud Partner Network are system integrator, software partner, service partner, device partner, learning partner, and distributor. Partners can choose the corresponding cooperation framework and 1 or more different roles to accelerate development in our partner system. Come to the Go Cloud support policy. For the startup program, Frank just mentioned, but I would like to extend more. We support 4 aspects to help startups to develop or expand on the cloud: cloud credit, interpreter resources, technical collaboration, and joint marketing with Huawei Cloud. We will invest $5 million in this program for Middle East region and aim to support more than 200 startups in the next 3 years. On the other hand, developers are the core strengths of Huawei Cloud to help customers to solve the problems or realize value. Huawei Cloud always pays attention to the improvement of developer capabilities. So Huawei Cloud plans to invest $10 million to cultivate 50,000 potential developers in Middle East. This is not the end. We also have other 3 programs in Go Cloud. The SaaS Partner Program, with the core of accelerating ecosystem environment and ecological effects together, provides more comprehensive and optimized rights and interests in training support, technical support, marketing support, and so on. Huawei Cloud is committed to helping partners who join this program to create industry solutions and business practice to jointly expand the market and achieve win-win business. We will invest $2 million in the migration phase for our SaaS partners. In addition, we also invest $20,000 to each partner to support the commercial deployment. If you realized, we have mentioned cloud synergy in the past, and here is the policy to support it. For Huawei Mobile Service Ecosystem Support Program, or we call it HMS Ecosystem Support Program, which is suitable for the developers who have already integrated with Huawei HMS Core. Up to $20,000 in migration and the development coupons will be given. In addition, when you spend every $20,000, we will support you another $20,000 in coupons. Lastly, the Marketplace program aims to help partners and developers achieve business success. So far, more than 540,000 transactions are completed per year, and more than 94 partners with more than $1 million business on it. It is a great opportunity for partners or developers to build on our cloud. It will definitely help you to grow further and gain benefits from it. Let's talk about Grow Cloud. The core benefit to work with Huawei Cloud is that we will have dedicated person or funding head to support in cloud distribution program. Up to $30,000 in market development fund can be applied to do the marketing activities. In terms of incentives, it is worth up to 36% of sales revenue. On the other side, for the cloud solution provider program, the incentives are worth up to like 30% of the sales revenue. In addition to the above support, whether go cloud or grow cloud, we will also support you in 3 ways. First, go-to-market and marketing support. You can open the gate to the business opportunities with our marketing and promotion resources. For joint marketing, such as physical events or webinars, increased social media exposure, and so on. Second, sales expansion support. With the customer development fund and the special sales activities, you will find it easier to develop and serve customers and boost your sales. Third, incentives and operation support. We offer multiple types of incentives and operation support for your business routines. We believe you grow as we grow, and so do your benefits. At last, I would like to quote a sentence from Stephen Covey. Win-win is a brief in the third alternative. It's not your way or my way. It's a better way, a higher way. Thank you.
A win-win situation, a better way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, throughout these sessions, there was a great deal of learning about Huawei's cloud and how it fuels digital transformation for customers in the Middle East region and also all around the world, from the perspective of strategy, business, technology, and ecosystem. I think throughout these sessions, we have come to an understanding that innovation solutions such as the cloud is vital for an intelligent world. It's been more than 20 years since Huawei put down roots in the Middle East and Africa, providing a digital infrastructure to bridge the digital divide, and it is time to grow. Huawei Cloud carries out the partnership system transformation centered on capability development. Our Go Cloud and Grow Cloud collaboration frameworks will strongly accelerate the growth of our partners. Okay, since we're busy at the stage, and we always talk about partnership and the importance to grow together, I think that partnership always start with a conversation. So let's do an exercise right here, right now, at this venue. Let's start a conversation. First of all, if your answer is yes, I'd like you to raise your hand. Is it your first time for you here in Dubai? I see many hands here. I hope you're having a great and wonderful time at this beautiful city. We're absolutely privileged and happy to have you here. Now, who is a resident or a local from the UAE? Raise your hand. Nice. I hope you're welcoming our guests very warmly. Now, who is coming all the way from China? Many hands, I see. Okay, so we have many tables here around the venue, and as I said, partnership starts with a conversation. So I'd like you to talk to the colleagues with you on the table and exchange business cards, so a partnership might resume. So look into your right, or to the person sitting right in front of you, and introduce yourselves. I see some really interesting conversation has already started to happen. Now, is your business card ready? This is the opportunity to network very easily and efficiently, the Huawei way. I don't see any business cards being exchanged. Okay, right there. Good job. Should I give you more time for networking? Okay, with the last question. If you are having a great time, raise your hand. Yeah, I need to see more hands up there. I'm very happy that everyone is excited in this event. Okay, I'm sure now that you are curious about what we have right here on stage. Something very exciting. Today, we're cordial to gather our partners all together here, and we're going to launch Huawei Cloud Ecosystem Alliance technologies along Silk Road. Welcome our distinguished delegates from our close partners on stage, and let's witness this great moment together. Our partners are Hailstone Networks, innovative and accessible cybersecurity solutions for global enterprises. Let's hear a round of applause, yes. Welcome to the stage. Percent Technology, China's leading data intelligence technology enterprise. Fan Software, a professional big data, BI, and analytics platform vendor in China, specializing in BI and data analysis. Yes, let's support and encourage our partners here. China Soft International, with end-to-end software service capabilities from consulting, design, development, testing, operation, and maintenance to operation. Welcome. Now, China Mobile International, Middle East and Africa, wholly owned subsidiary of China Mobile. Next, iVolve Technologies, expertise in designing, securing, building, and managing cloud services. Gold Mantis, a landmark entity in the world of IT and technology solutions in Dubai. Next, One Office, the secure solution to manage your work, share your files, work with documents, and get notified when work gets done. Arcanet Technologies, a next-generation global technology company that helps enterprises reimagine their businesses for the digital age. Azentio Software, core software provider for financial services providers and ERP solutions to mid-market enterprises globally. And next, AudiQ Data Technology, focused on digital government, economy, and society sectors with intelligent data products covering whole data lifecycle and business solutions. Newsoft Medical Systems, a leading global clinical diagnosis and treatment solution provider. Anshinsec Technology, a global cybersecurity solutions and services provider. Bioscene Technology, a leading global Web 3.0 security company, providing blockchain security services covering smart contract audit, stolen crypto recovery, risk monitor, and alert. Emotech, a world-class AI company focused on multimodal AI and low-resources languages AI solutions. Yes, that's the spirit. Now, Trust Decision, incubated by Tongdan Technology, China's leading intelligent risk management and decision-making service provider. And finally, we'd like to welcome on stage once again President of Global Marketing and Sales Services at Huawei Cloud, Ms. Jacqueline Shi. Now that we have all these amazing talents, companies, enterprises with us on stage, our partners, let's count down together to launch the technologies along Silk Road Alliance. 3, 2, 1. Let's raise our hands in victory and take a group photo to record this memorable moment. A picture? Thank you very much for all our partners. We're so honored to witness this exciting launch ceremony for a better and a prosperous ecosystem. Thank you very much. And now, we're gonna remove the props. It is truly amazing and heartwarming when we see all these partners come together, one place, one moment, one stage. Thank you for the team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome our representative partners to share their experience and cooperation stories with Huawei Cloud. Our first partner who will be sharing is Mr. Ramiz Rafla, the founder of One Office. His topic is Retake Control of Your Data, how Huawei Cloud is the solution for your data sovereignty. Welcome, welcome, Mr. Rami.
Good evening, it's a pleasure to be here again. And it's very humbling to be among such great people. Thank you, we feel honored and blessed to be here. We're very grateful and we look forward to a nice evening. We just came from GITEX today. If you haven't visited the Huawei booth yet, it's something else. You should go and see. There's AI sections, there's different industries from fintech to blockchain. Quite humbling to see the breadth of technologies that is being offered. If you haven't come, you're missing something. So before I proceed with this, let me ask you this question. How would you feel if you lost your wallet? Or if you're a lady, your purse? Think about the emotions inside of you if that happens to you. Now, we live in a day where we have credit cards, right? Your driver's license, you can issue a new one. But how would you feel? Most of us would be offended. In fact, most of us would be violated. I remember when I was a kid, we were on vacation and somebody snatched the purse from my mom. She was crying. And I asked her, what was in the purse, Mom? She said, oh, just some money and some passport. I said, well, passports, we'll go to the embassy, get a new one. Money, it's just cancel the credit cards. But it was still painful. Right? So what if I told you that every day you and your teams are generating petabytes worth of data? If you're sending an email, it's not just the email. It's all the envelope inside the email, where it came from, the IP address, which hops it did. There's so much data that is inside your emails as it goes out. Your documents, it's not just documents. Look at the comments section. Look at the history of your document. Look where the document has been. When you take a picture, your phone puts meta tags on the pictures with location, geolocation of where it was taken, and the phone that took it and the time it was taken. Right? You're having a video call, it's even worse. As you're speaking, you don't know if hackers are using voice recognition to decode what you're saying, taking pictures of the things you're saying. The documents you're sharing getting copied, getting hacked into. You have financial statements on your systems. That's usually the first thing people think about. But in my opinion, it's the last thing. Because money can be replaced, but intellectual property cannot be replaced. If I see your customers, if I know your secrets, you're in trouble. Right? And most people, and you look at the picture here I was set up, look where the cameras are pointing in this picture. They're pointing this way, right? So I put all my cameras here on the window while my front door is wide open for hackers to come in. Right? Your IT department tells you things are secure, but in real life, your data is sitting somewhere. So that's the first step. Where is your data? Where's your email sitting at right now? I just sent you an email. Where is it going? Is it going to a server somewhere in the US you don't know anything about? If that's the case, consider yourself compromised, because you can't see your server. So all the money you're spending on IT security, all the firewalls, is actually a waste of money, because somebody is looking at your data right now. If you don't have control over your server, we know this. Your data is being compromised. I had a call about a few weeks ago with a colleague from Huawei, South Africa. And he was on the road, so he couldn't access his VPN. And he told me, we need to have a quick call because something important is happening with this customer. I said, okay, you're on the road, let's use this platform. I won't name it for legal reasons, but one of the US platforms. He says, we can't do that, we're not allowed, because it's compromised. They're spying on us. Okay, how about use the other one? Right, there's two major ones. So still, we can't. I said, fine, we'll use our platform on Huawei Cloud, because that's what we do for a living. It's secure, I'll send it over to you. He said, is it hosted in South Africa? I said, yes, it is. It's on Huawei's Cloud South Africa. And we had the conversation. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this conversation, because he knows, right, Huawei Cloud is so data-centric and safety-centric, he knows it's compromised. Right? So where's your data? If you don't know where it is, you're compromised. Right? What about traceability? Do your employees copy files on their disks? Are files linking around on your iPhones and smartphones? Let's say that you get an audit and you're ordered to erase the files on your system. Can you tell me with certainty what every one of your files is? Your devices, are they locked? Are they secure? When they access the network, are you guaranteed that there's no copies of your files being made? And the last one is authentication, which we all know about. But if you look at the first two or three, they relate to your cloud, right? Let's look at this for a second here. These are the tools you need to run a business, right? And this is where we as a partner of Huawei Cloud come in, and I'll show you some use cases next. We offer you the full suite in a bid to give you more security. So here's the message. If your data is not sitting on your server, you're compromised. I don't care what company you're working with. So what Huawei Cloud is offering to its more secure customers is your own server with all your resources on it. So when you're checking your email, it's on your server, not some server in the US you don't know about. When you're doing a video call, it goes through your server. And even better, it's end-to-end encrypted. Right? When you open your Excel or Sheets, it's on your server, on your files, on your terms. That is the next generation of security. That's how secure people operate. They don't outsource their security to somebody else trusting their name. If you don't control it, you just give it away. You just, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss? We just don't feel what's happening in the background. People are spying on us. Right? So this is what you really need to be safe and to be operating and to be profitable. This is where we as a Huawei partner come into the picture, and I'll show some use cases of this. But if you think about what you need, those are the basics of what you need. Right? You need your email, you need your drive, you need your pictures, you need your videos. If you don't use this, then you're missing out on a few of the key features. So phase number one of your digital transformation is you need to own your data. It's your data. You shouldn't be giving it away. Right? When you're having a video call, it should be on your platform, not on somebody else who's stealing your data. Right? When you are sending messages, chats, it shouldn't be on WhatsApp or shouldn't be on the chats of another company. It should be on your platform. This is the only way to be secure. Right? In fact, if you want to go the next step, and right after this use cases, we have projects with progressive governments. They've realized this. They said, we cannot give our data away anymore. People expect to be safe, and we are giving the data for free. So what we've done with them is we created a Huawei Cloud Stack on their location, which is a hybrid. So now the government has all this data locally with a backup in the cloud on the Huawei Cloud. This is the only way you can be sure that you're secure. Any other way, you have no guarantee who's stealing your data. Right? In fact, our first use case, and unfortunately I can't share the name publicly, it's a non-disclosure, it'll be shared soon. It's like one of the most progressive governments in the region decided to remove the current incumbent, which is Microsoft, and replace it with Huawei Cloud Stack with one office on board. And they've directed the whole government traffic over to their servers. So now, their video calls, their chats, the confidential information of the governments, their budgets, their deals, their contracts, all go through their servers, not through some obscure server somewhere else they don't know anything about, while they back up on Huawei Cloud. Right. Remember, if it's not your server, consider it stolen. Somebody's watching your data right now. Right. It's one of those dirty secrets in IT. No firewall's going to protect you. No VPN's going to protect you because you're essentially locking the window when the door is open. Right. Now here's the one that we're just as proud of. I came here to present in March in the last summit. We had just started the sales process with Huawei. We're 5 months later or 6 months later, and we have a project with 5 carriers or telcos. So we're blessed to work with Huawei Cloud with such phenomenal growth. 5 carriers who are now offering their countries solutions on their local cloud for data sovereignty. Not hosted somewhere else, it's hosted locally. Right? They're trying to offer the best possible security paradigm to their countrymen. Right? So the first one we're allowed to announce is Telkom in South Africa. This is thanks to the good work of Jay and his team. Telkom is the largest carrier in South Africa, and they're offering our solution, one office on Huawei Cloud, public, hosted in South Africa, to SMEs and big, large organizations in South Africa. And the goal is full data sovereignty. Right? And the laws are changing to force companies to have their data locally. Right? The second one, which I'm allowed to mention, this is great, thanks to the great work of Colin and his team. Ethiopia is also doing the same thing, but now on Huawei Cloud Stack. So they've decided we're going to have our own servers in-house in the government, in the telco, offering SMEs the full data privacy. Right? Other ones we can't disclose publicly yet, but thanks for the great work of Eric Wan and his team. Here in the GCC, as well as in Northern Africa, same thing. Huawei Cloud Stack, local servers, a mixture with public stack. As you can see, the trend is people want to own their data. Right? And the realization is that if I don't see my servers, if they're not next to me, I give it away. I don't care what name is next to it. I give away my data, and I don't control it. If I give my data, I give away the most precious thing I own as a business. It's not money. It's IP, it's relationships, it's customers, it's contacts. Think about all the things your business runs on. People now realize it's precious. This is what a business owns. Your data is your life. Right? So to conclude this, just in our mindset, our freedom is about controlling our destiny. It's about controlling, in today's world, our data. The amount of data we generate is humongous, and people want it. Hackers want to steal it from you. Your competition is out there to get it. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to hearing from you. We'll see you at GITEX if we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramiz. It was honestly a captivating speech. If it's not your server, consider it stolen. Huawei Cloud, I'm sold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, up next, Tech Mahindra and Huawei Cloud Cooperation Story. Now let's welcome Regional Head of Middle East and Africa, Cloud Next of Tech Mahindra, Mr. Girish Viswaswaran.
Good afternoon, or it's almost good evening. So for the last 2 hours, probably, we have heard more and more about Huawei Cloud. And I'm sure many of you in this room would have been in a decision-making process, right? This is where I represent Tech Mahindra, and we are coming into the picture, right? We are an ICT provider based out of here, working locally, but a global company. A slide on Tech Mahindra. We are a 6 billion company, part of a global group based out of India. While the statistics, right, on the verticals, if you look at 90% of any vertical, we are present either as a provider, either as a partner, or either as an ICT co-innovator, right? I'd like to touch upon two things, right, here. One is a very recent analyst by IDC, where we are the leader, one among the three in this region for Gulf countries as a cloud professional service provider, right? A very important one to have, and a very thanks to many of our customers, thanks to many of our partners, we have been rated as a leader, right? From a number perspective, you would have seen we have about close to 1,400 global customers. We are leader in ESG, 151K people across 90 plus countries. Straight moving on to the context here, right? Why TechM, or who is TechM, or what is TechM, right? Some of our critical, very key offerings in the cloud space, right? If you look at the entire span across the cloud journey, right from strategy to consulting, right, to a transformation and migration, right? And then comes our managed services. And beyond managed services, if you want to do a modernization of your applications, Tech Mahindra has been serving that to many of our customers in this region across the globe, right? And we also bring upon many of industry vertical solutions, right? Whether it is the telcos, or whether it is the manufacturing, or it is at the retail, right? Our journey has been extremely strong, with about a 15K application being assessed, has been migrated, right? About 10,000 instances being managed. We have about a good number of certified associates who can probably do this job, right? On the bottom part, I will just go to the next slide, where why are we strong in this area, right? And what are we bringing onto the table, right? So these are some of our, I would say, TechM IP products, right? And how did we build it? It is purely based on experience, purely based on the learnings which we have learned, right? Couple of things which I want to touch upon. One is the MAC, which is a migration accelerator to the cloud, right? When we do assessment, or when we do certain, when we first get into an environment, right? What can be moved, how it can be moved, and why it can be moved, right? So that's where we bring on to that. The fourth one, which is the impact. Today, what we have seen on ground is that almost all customers have a multi-cloud environment, right? Whether it could be an on-prem, or it could be a couple of other hyperscalers. Now, the challenge is always to navigate between them, or to get them to see on a single pane of glass. That's why we have MPAC, which is an adaptive cloud computing tool built on Snow Commander and on Linux Foundation. So this, we don't need to worry about which is the hyperscaler, right? And we have actually built it taking into consideration on many of the existing ground realities. Now, when we have a customer to see what is his current state of health, right, spanning across all the hyperscalers, that's where this tool comes into picture. And it has worked extremely well in many of our local providers, where, and as you know, the region has many hyperscalers, but then you have a complete view of the on-prem also. Couple of others before I get into some use cases, right? One is on Vault-8, right, which is based on HashiCorp. You might know HashiCorp by now, right? So TechM is one of the I would say, largest partner for HashiCorp across the globe. And Vault8 comes along with it, and we have been able to do that in multiple global accounts. I'll just move to a couple of use cases, right? This is one, a new age bank wanted to move into cloud, right? Huawei Cloud, and we had moved the entire Terminus into Huawei Cloud, right? So there were challenges, right? Because the market was new, there was no referenceability, right? It was a new industry, but then the collaboration between Terminus, which Techem had brought in, along with Huawei Cloud, did this, and it became an overnight success. This is the mining industry in South Africa, where there were a lot of first times which has happened, right? We built the industry switches of Huawei first time in Africa, right? ELTI, again, first time for a mine in Africa. The entire SD-WAN, first time for a mine, enabling them to go on a digital transformation, right? This is, I can quote it within this room, which is XRO in Africa. So we have just moved from a phase 1 of implementation to managed services now. This is for a government customer of Africa, is the Department of Labor, where they wanted to move from an on-prem SAP implementation to S/4HANA, right? And again, the partnership of our inbuilt capabilities on the vertical, on the domain, which was SAP, to Huawei had helped us, right? So if you look at the three use cases which we presented right before, one from a network perspective, or from which is predominantly from a mining network perspective, or from an SAP-based portfolio, right? The knowledge which Techem associates carry from a domain perspective has, along with the Huawei partnership which we have on the ground, has helped, right? So the context here is that we, being a partner in this region for long, for many of the enterprise customers, whether it is government, retail, or telco, and we have come with that experience of ICT in our blood, right? And now for moving on to the next gen, which is the cloud, right, which is of natural choice, right? I hope you would have liked this, and I'm here, and if you had any more conversations, I'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garish. We have definitely enjoyed your speech. Thank you for your insights and sharings. Up next, public cloud, hypergrowth with Mindware Cloud. Now please welcome Director of Cloud and ICSAS of Mindware, Mr. Selmi Kanfir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really happy to be part of this fantastic event. Huawei Connect is a real opportunity to share with you our Mindware Cloud experience and how we can collaborate with Huawei Cloud to develop the channel, develop the cloud ecosystem. So before I move to the cloud topic, which is the main reason why I'm here, I would like to give you an overview on our company, Mindware. Who are we? So Mindware, we are known as a value-add distributor, but we see ourselves more as a solution aggregator, and our mission is to be the best-in-class and the distributor of choice for vendors, of business partners, and offer them integrated technology solutions from different vendors and help the region in the digital transformation. So how we do that? We have a very rich portfolio of vendors and solutions, as you can see here, more than 45 vendors that we are covering. We have an extended reach in terms of regions, in terms of channel. We are working with more than 4,000 business partners, transacting with them more than 35,000 transactions per year. And we have, you see here, for example, our warehouse, and this is specific for the hardware business, and it shows our capabilities in terms of transacting in hardware as well. we have great warehouses. So from a regional perspective, you see that we are covering here all these countries. As you see, you cannot read them, but I tell you that this is MEA, Middle East and Africa, without South Africa. So we are covering the region from Morocco to Pakistan, and we are focusing more on the African French-speaking countries in Africa, and we are very strong in the Gulf region. We are present in 12 countries in the region, basically in the Gulf, in Levant, and in North Africa and the French-speaking countries. The solutions we are offering are in these areas. We are doing data analytics, infrastructure, Internet of Things, public cloud, workspace, and security. And here, our topic is going to be more on public cloud, and here I would like to give you background why we are focusing as distributor on a topic that is not really specific or related to the traditional distribution business. So you know that the last years we saw that, or we did the observation that the customers are pushing more, are adopting more the cloud idea, and they are shifting from the traditional infrastructure management to the, let's say, everything as a service concept, to the consumption-based model. So, and as distributor, we thought if we don't do the transformation now, will not exist in a couple of years. And this is actually crucial for everybody in the room. If the transition is not done now, there is a big risk for the company to disappear from the market. Like a lot of examples that you know probably, there were a lot of very successful companies in the past that missed this transformation of a technology trend, and they left the market. So what we have done is we decided to invest in cloud. We built a dedicated department that I'm running now. We invested a lot in very high-skilled resources, and we built a strategy for the cloud, and let me please share with you what we are offering. So our strategy is based on 3 main pillars. We are collaborating with public and private cloud providers. Public cloud providers, what we call the hyperscalers, and I think we see Huawei here, Huawei Cloud, as a key player in that area, and that's why we are planning to collaborate with Huawei in the public cloud sector. We have the private cloud providers as very important to us. Why? Because most of the traditional hardware vendors, they started offering private cloud and hybrid cloud. So we integrated them in our portfolio so that if there is any customer that is not ready yet for the public cloud, so we can combine the solutions from different vendors and offer the customer the best solution. So, and in order to complement these public and private cloud solutions, we are adding or complementing the portfolio with what we call the ecosystem ISVs. These are software vendors with applications that complement the portfolio of the public and private cloud providers. And they are easily attached to every public cloud deal we have, and for the business partners in the room, it's a very good idea to combine, to attach some ISV solutions to the public cloud offerings, and it allows you as well to increase the consumption on the public cloud area. So the last pillar of our strategy is how we can help our existing mindware vendors who are not yet in the cloud, or they are not the typical cloud vendors. So we help them in transforming their channels. So we help them to change the mindset of the business partners, move from the traditional on-prem to the public cloud, move from the perpetual licensing model to the subscription and consumption-based model. So on top of that, we invested, as I said, in resources to provide professional services and support services, and we invested in the marketplace, which is very important for the cloud business in the distribution, because the cloud business has a heavy operational aspect, and it needs a technology that allows the automatic ordering, the subscription management in an automatic way. Otherwise, there will be a lot of manual operations behind this business. So let me show with you one graph that I really would like you to take from this session. This is, by the way, our figure, Mindware, infrastructure as a service, recurring revenue, which is the monthly revenue that we do in infrastructure as a service. And you see that at the beginning there is growth, a sustainable growth, but not a heavy growth. And this is explained by the fact that the cloud business by nature is growing. Even if you don't acquire new customers, the organic growth is enough to keep this sustainable growth, but it's not very high. But when you have a strategy and you start executing the plan, you start investing in resources, you start running marketing campaigns, targeted marketing campaigns for a certain segment or certain workload, then you start seeing this exponential aspect of the curve that you see here. And I'm proud to say, for example, that last year we did 234% year-to-year growth in the infrastructure as a service area. Why I'm saying that, this is to tell you that everybody, every business partner, every system integrator who is focusing on the cloud business with the right strategy, there is a big growth there in the market that you can take advantage of. Now, because of this potential, we thought that we need to collaborate with Huawei Cloud to help the ecosystem, first of all, to know about the Huawei Cloud solution, to adopt them, but to develop the ecosystem, to develop the business partners. And I'm happy to announce this plan that we created together with Huawei Cloud on how we can increase the readiness of the channel to be able to take advances of the growth. And we have 3 main activity areas, as you see here. First thing, very important, is the scaling of the ecosystem. The cloud business is all about skills. It's not a traditional business, not a traditional hardware business. So there are a lot of capabilities that the pre-sales people need to know. So we are investing here with Huawei Cloud, and we are going to provide the right skills to your pre-sales and sales team to be able to articulate the value proposition and be ready for the market. So we do that, as you know, typically with webinars, with face-to-face engagements with the business partners, with trainings, workshops. So, and here we have an experience, as I said, from our legacy. We know how to do that as Mindware. Second topic or area, once we have the skilled ecosystem, then we go to market and we do an aggressive demand generation campaign, and we target the right customers, and we increase the awareness in the market about the Huawei Cloud solutions. And we do that with face-to-face activities with the end user. As distributor is not typically our role to do that, but we are strong at that. So you can take our resources with you to the end user, and we will pitch for you, and it's a kind of learning mechanism for the business partners so that they can leverage later. So last thing, which is typical distribution, is our financial support. So we will offer you flexible payment terms, and we will create with Huawei Cloud partner programs and incentives to help you to optimize your profit. Now, across this entire sales cycle, as I told you, are providing cloud consulting, professional, and support services, but this is not to compete with you, because I know that system integrators and partners, this is where they are making money, actually. So this is just to close the gap, skill gaps that could be in the channel, right? So we can offer you skills that you don't have, or in case of bandwidth constraints, we can help you as well with our resources to fill the gap in terms of bandwidth. And the investment in the cloud marketplace, very important here. We are going to work with Huawei Cloud to create the APIs to be able to communicate from our cloud marketplace to the backend systems of Huawei Cloud and have a smooth user experience for the business partners when they want to order services on our cloud platform. So this is, from my perspective, what I wanted to share with you. I hope this plan will help the business partners in the room and in the region in general to be ready for that journey. And I think the message what I wanted to share with you is there is a big opportunity to unleash the power of the cloud here with us, with Mindware, with our experience, and with Huawei Cloud. That's it from my side. Looking forward to a great collaboration with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Silmi, for your wonderful sharing. Thank you. Next, another prime example of digital transformation with First Distribution, a value-added distributor of leading global brands providing complex ICT solutions. with us today to tell us all about scaling globally and First Distribution's journey with Huawei Cloud, Director of First Distribution, Mr. Jason Sharp.
Let me just get the clicker. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I can see I'm privileged to get the last presentation this afternoon to you to talk about our partnership with Huawei, most importantly, and most importantly to talk to a partner ecosystem that is hungry for success, hungry for partnership, and most importantly, how to go into the future. I've talked a lot with the Huawei team, talked a lot with partners this week about how we're looking forward to create a better ecosystem across the African continent and globally to ensure that our partners, Huawei's partners, the partner ecosystem is successful, and in the end, that encourages customers to have success in optimizing their businesses and ultimately having a better outcome for the people they serve. First Distribution believes in the word of scaling, believes in scaling through simplicity, believes in scaling through optimal product sets, and ensuring that everybody throughout the channel, throughout the transaction, in the purchase of technology is happy and has success. So to give you some background about First Distribution, we've been around for several years. Since 1984, First Distribution has been serving the channel. And when I say serving the channel, we exclusively supply product into the channel. We do not deal with end customers. We believe in the ecosystem of channel, like Huawei does in region, that the channel is the solution to scaling. The channel is the solution to getting to as many end customers as possible, and therefore making sure there's success in those elements. First Distribution began their cloud journey more than 10 years ago. What do we regard as cloud? Cloud is a delivery of technology over the internet in a pay-as-you-go model. I'll emphasize that in how we approach the market, how we approach our partners, and how we encourage them to promote their customers in order to encourage adoption of that annuity model and that delivery of technology method. We've seen multiple presenters today talk about the benefits of microservices and the benefits of enhanced technology that come through cloud adoption. But what we haven't heard as much is how the profitability can increase for the channel as a result of transacting cloud in the medium term and the long term to create sustainability through the channel. First Distribution currently transacts with more than 1,000 partners across the African continent, across more than 34 countries, driving frequency of transacting, driving enhanced profitability and long-term stickiness of the customer through our transacting models. We have branches across Africa in Senegal, Nigeria, Kenya, Mauritius, and South Africa that operate in a hub and spoke model that is facilitated both by the cloud consumption model as well as our tools and transacting models. We're not just exclusively a cloud distributor. We distribute more than 50 of the world's premium brands. We see the opportunity to expand complementary technology across the ecosystem. Ultimately, what do we all want? We all want a happy end customer that is able to deliver and use technology to enhance their customer experience. And that's very important across our offering, and why we regard Huawei Cloud and Huawei in general as a key partner to complete a comprehensive offering to the channel and to end customers to ensure success. So where does our business focus? Our business, as you can see on the screen, started off as a data center business, enterprise hardware. Very successful business, and interesting enough, continues to grow. For those of you who haven't heard the statistic, public cloud only accounts for less than 15% of all workloads globally at the moment. What that tells you is the opportunity to grow, because even if those workloads double in public cloud, and considering the fact that workloads in general are growing, that 15% can maybe grow to 20%, 25% in the short term. So you see the benefit. Networking and cybersecurity offers complementary brands. Open source continues to be a growing area for us. Our cloud and aggregation business grows double, triple digit year on year and has been growing for several years at that pace. I want to just also say one important thing as a distie that we pride ourselves on. First Distribution is profitable in our cloud business and cash flow positive in our cloud business. And that is one of the key things we take to partners across the continent. Cloud is not a must for the technology, it's a must for the business imperative for the channel in order to be successful. And then as an extension, what we see is in complementary is converged communications and ultimately digital security and IoT, which takes our partners to the edge. When we said why Huawei, one of the things we looked at was to say, what is the offering? How do we go to market? Are our strategies aligned? And it is very clear, and what everybody would have seen just from today and with the interactions with Huawei, is the alignment of strategies in order to go into Africa, go across the continent, and go globally to take enhanced technology to end customers. The technology stack we've all seen and we continue to see is comprehensive, allowing any partner, whether on cloud or off cloud, to go with a significant technology stack to customers. Our ecosystem and the shared ecosystem across the continent is vital to taking those technology stacks to market and ensuring success. Very important, and one of the initial discussions with Huawei is we said partners will always ask the question, how is my business enhanced? How is my commercial incentive and the commercial proposition enhanced? We saw early on the mention of the incentive program. We continue to see the enhanced commercial pricing, which allows partners to be more profitable and at the same time end customers to gain good value for their spend as they go on their technology journey. And lastly is the dedicated support. Yesterday evening, many of the South African partners got together with the South Africa Huawei team. And the word that came out consistently from all the testimonials was partnership. The support and the working together with the local team, the regional team is exceptional. And I'm sure if we were to get people from around the room to come up on the stage like we did yesterday evening, you would hear that word partnership being a consistent theme across everything that we talk about. Now, when we go to market as a distributor, it's very important that we live the technology that we promote. We live the technology that we take to market. And First Distribution, over 10 years, has invested in its own cloud go-to-market platform called Epsilon Cloud. Epsilon Cloud is a true channel system with multiple tier capability to extend like an accordion that allows transacting across multiple layers. It is a one-stop e-commerce solution for multiple levels in the channel, including when there's a traditional 2-tier, 3-tier, 4-tier, and expanding to what we call N-tiers to allow multiple transacting capabilities, but in the end ensuring that there is a front end for the reseller, for the partner, to allow them to go to market with a multiple array of both public cloud infrastructure, SaaS, and XaaS, ensuring transacting smoothness for everybody along the transacting chain in order to ensure ultimately, and you've heard me say it before, customer success. It's very important and forms an absolute foundation for our business and the business of our partners. To give an idea, there are currently more than 1,000 front ends active across the African continent using this system in order to ensure success of partners in their end customers. Now, I talked about partnership at the beginning to give you an idea of the speed with which this partnership has grown. Our interaction with the Huawei Cloud team began in April this year. Within 1.5 months, all the executives had engaged in order to align strategies and make the decisions of what needed to be done. This very quickly led to contracting a month later, to the point that within 5 months we had done our first Huawei Cloud transaction. And the picture you see on the right of your screen is symptomatic of the full executive team being fully aligned. And I'd like to take the time to thank the local team, to thank Leo, to thank Spawn, to thank Stone, and to thank Jay for the partnership. If we continue with the strength with which we started, there is no question that we will see the success both in South, West, East, and North Africa to ensure the Huawei Cloud partnership with First Distribution and via the channel is successful. So ultimately, we can go to Africa and we can go global together in a successful partnership. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Jason. Thank you for your wonderful sharing. Couldn't agree more. Go Africa, go global with cloud. And cloud is a must for the business to ensure customer success. First Distribution clearly sees this strategic partnership with Huawei as an important element in its enablement of a successful African IT channel. We're looking forward to a closer cooperation and win-win collaboration. Win-win is the better way. Now it's time to continue with the celebration today. We have launched many products, advanced technologies, we discussed best practices, we celebrated our partners, but the celebration has not come to an end. At this moment, and now, we're going to be moving to the MOU signing ceremony to celebrate the partnership and new partnerships and new projects and new success coming our way. As we said before, the demand is there, and so is the technology to make that happen. Now, first, let's welcome Mr. Baha Alawati, Vice President of Enterprise Omantel, and Mr. Frank Dai, President of Huawei Cloud Middle East, on stage to sign the Memorandum of Omantel and Huawei Cloud Strategy Cooperation. I would like also to have on stage President of Global Marketing and Sales Services of Huawei Cloud, Ms. Jacqueline Shi, and CEO of Huawei Oman, Mr. Jianan Shen, to witness this memorandum. Right on the stage at this moment, the signing of the Memorandum of Omantel and Huawei Cloud Strategy Cooperation. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Let's have a group picture as well. I may ask Mr. Frank Dai to remain on stage, please. And please welcome Mr. Abdulrahman Tallat, Orient Group Director, Mr. Naveed, Senior Executive Director of Abacus, and Mr. Shahzad Rashid, CTO of Huawei Pakistan. I would also like to welcome on stage Mr. Mark Shin, Director of Huawei Cloud Computing Solutions Sales. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on stage. Yes. Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Frank Dai and Mr. Mark Shin are going to be witnessing the signing of the Memorandum of Project with Orient and Abacus. Mr. Abdul Rahman, Mr. Naveed, and Mr. Shahzad. This is a signing of a collaboration and a continuous partnership. What a beautiful moment. A group picture. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Rahman, Mr. Naveed, Mr. Shahzad, and Mr. Frank Dai. Thank you very much. Let's take a group picture. Please, if you may stand and look at the camera. Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Mark, may you remain on stage to witness the next MOU signing. Mr. Mark Chen, please remain on stage. Thank you very much. You're going to be witnessing the next MOU signing, and we're going to welcome on stage Mr. Asim Shahriyar Hussain, CEO of Ignite, and Mr. Ming Chang, CEO of Huawei Pakistan, on stage to sign the strategic memorandum for upcoming and existing projects at Ignite. I would also like to welcome Mr. Eric Wan, VP of Ecosystem Development at Huawei Cloud Middle East, to as well witness this memorandum. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Chen and Mr. Eric Wan are witnessing the signing, the strategic signing amongst Mr. Asim Shahriyar Hussain, Mr. Ming Chang, CEO of Huawei Pakistan. And now, I would kindly ask you to stand in front of the table so we can take a group picture. Please kindly stand in front of the table. Right here, yes, so we can take a group picture. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Asim, Mr. Ming Chang. I would like to ask of Mr. Mark Chen and Mr. Eric Wan to remain on stage, please, to witness the next MOU signing. Please welcome Mr. Ijaz Ali Shah, Chairman of PMEX, and Mr. Muhammad Miraj, SVP of Systems, and Mr. Shahzad Rashid, Chief Technology Officer of Huawei Pakistan, signing the project ceremony with Systems and PMEX. Welcome to the stage. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Ijaz Ali Shah, Mr. Muhammad Miraj, and also Mr. Shahzad Rashid. We are looking forward to a long-term cooperation with PMEX on Huawei Cloud. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing this signing. PMEX and Huawei Cloud. Now, please, if you may, take a group picture. If you may stand in front of the table. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ijaz, Mr. Muhammad, and Mr. Shahzad. We'll continue the next signing, witnessing Mr. Mark Chen and Eric Wan. Thank you very much. Mr. Mark Chen and Eric Wan, if you may please remain on stage. You'll be witnessing with us please remain on stage. You'll be witnessing with us the next signing. Please welcome Mr. Usman Sheikh, CEO of Aussie Eye Group, and Mr. Shahzad Rashid, Chief Technology Officer of Huawei Pakistan, to sign the Memorandum for Cloud Synergy Cooperation. We'll have on stage again Mr. Shahzad Rashid. Mr. Usman Sheikh and Mr. Shahzad Rashid has just sat down to sign this cooperation. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, a partnership and a cooperation is continuing right here on stage. Mr. Usman, Mr. Shahzad, and Mr. Mark and Eric, please, let's take a group picture. Mr. Eric, Mr. Mark, and Mr. Shahzad, please remain on stage. Thank you, Mr. Usman Sheikh. Thank you. And now, please welcome Mr. Muhammad Hilal, CEO of Unigo Fitness App. He's going to be joined with Mr. Shahzad Rashid, Chief Technology Officer of Huawei Pakistan, to sign the Memorandum for Cloud Synergy Cooperation. Mr. Mark Chen, Director of Huawei Cloud Computing Solutions Sales, and Mr. Eric Wan, VP of Ecosystem Development at Huawei Cloud Middle East, are witnessing this signing. On stage, Mr. Muhammad Hilal, CEO of Unigo Fitness App, with Mr. Shahzad Rashid, to sign the Memorandum for Cloud Synergy Cooperation. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you, Mr. Shahzad. Now let's take a group picture. Thank you, Mr. Mark Chen and Mr. Eric Wan. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Hilal and Mr. Shahzad Rashid. You may take a seat. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you here on stage. Now, please welcome Mr. Khalid Abdelkader, CEO of Claytech, and Mr. Jimmy Liu, CEO of Huawei Egypt, signing the Memorandum for Cloud Distribution Partner Agreement. We'd also like to have on stage and welcome on stage President of Global Marketing and Sales Service at Huawei Cloud, Ms. Jacqueline Shi. We'd also like to have on stage President of Huawei Northern African EBG and Cloud, Mr. Colin Hu. Another signing for a partnership and a cooperation, signing the Memorandum for Cloud Distribution Partner Agreement. Right now, Mr. Khaled Abdelkader, CEO of Claytech, and Mr. Jimmy Liu, CEO of Huawei Egypt, signing the memorandum. Now please step in front of the table to take a group picture. Right here on stage, Ms. Jacqueline Shi, President of Global Marketing and Sales Services at Huawei Cloud, Colin Hu, President of Huawei Northern African EBG and Cloud, Mr. Khaled Abdelkader, CEO of Claytech, and Mr. Jimmy Liu, CEO of Huawei Egypt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to our partners. Thank you very much to everyone on stage. Please take a rest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to continue the celebration and to move to the most exciting part of the day. Right now, at this moment, we are gonna commence Huawei Cloud Partner Award Ceremony. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is gonna commence shortly. As we have seen right now on the stage, many partnerships have been established or commenced, continued. Our success, our path to success, we are definitely on it. And our goal is to accelerate our path to success. It's not enough to be successful, but to reach it fast as well. Productivity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, my favorite part of the day, the part that I have been waiting for this whole time, the awards ceremony. Huawei Cloud Partner Ceremony, as we have seen throughout the summit, there are many partnerships that have been established. There are many partnerships, cooperations. We have seen many success stories, a win-win scenario. That's my favorite part. And it's time of the day to celebrate that win-win scenario and that partnership. But first of all, let's watch this video. Okay, that was a brief video. So I'd like to take the opportunity once again to invite to stage the lovely President of Global Marketing and Sales Services at Huawei Cloud, Ms. Jacqueline Shi, to present the awards. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It is your day. Welcome. Now, first award of the evening, System Integrator of the Year. The award goes to TechVista Systems. Please welcome Mr. Kuram Majid, General Manager of TechVista, on stage. And Ms. Jacqueline, she will be presenting this award. Congratulations. TechVista is a subsidiary of Systems Limited, a leading technology organization with 4-decade experience in global digital markets. They aspire and strive to solve complex business problems and present viable and cost-effective solutions to their clients in partnership with Huawei Cloud. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kuram Majid. Our next award, Seller of the Year. This is the best seller who contributes